You know it's good when you can make your guac, throw away the pits because you don't need the guac to last overnight. Everybody's going to eat it right away. And I don't know, I mean, I don't mean to brag, but
I'm going to brag.
I'm going to throw away the pits every time.
Hey guys, Johnny Disc Golf here at the 2019 Glassblown Open with coverage presented by Disc Golf Pins. Today I am joined by the one, the only Mr. AJ Risley. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing all right. How are you?
I'm doing great, man. It's
Good.
Kansas, it's Emporia, it's GBO week. Arguably the most fun week you have on tour. How's that been going for you, though?
It's been great. I got here a week ago, so last Tuesday, and I've just been chilling a bit with Robert and Shay McCall. Shout out. And yeah, just relaxing for a few days, watching a lot of basketball.
Sure.
A lot of basketball. Like so much. Like don't bother me because there's basketball games on.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, not sorry.
No, you're fine. All right,
Yeah.
Quick. What's your prediction? Finals and who's gonna win? Go.
Finals. Who's gonna win? I think the Warriors will make it out of the West. It's
Okay.
gonna be they're gonna play the Rockets next, I believe, and then they're gonna play the Blazers after that. That's
Okay.
my prediction, and it's gonna be sick. And then the Eastern Conference is gonna be just as sick.
Okay.
The Bucks already beat the Pistons, and the Celtics are moving on. I think it's gonna go Bucks versus Sixers in the East,
All right.
and I think the Bucks are going to end up taking it. That's going to be sick as well. So
Yeah.
just wait for that. It's going to be amazing. And then, yeah, I mean, 1 seed versus 1 seed, and I don't know, but I'm excited to find out who takes it all. I'm gonna be way too hype.
Well, it's good to know that your hype about playoff basketball
Correct.
far outweighs any disc golf that we're doing. Just kidding, obviously. But back to the disc golf.
Yes.
Being part of Team DD means that this weekend is kind of like a family reunion of sorts, you know?
A little bit.
How has that been? Do you have any extra responsibilities? Do you get to do anything super cool that maybe you wouldn't on a normal week?
It is, yeah, like you said, a family reunion kind of environment. Everyone on the staff is just nice and laid back, and they're very hospitable, very welcoming, super enthusiastic about their jobs and about my job too.
Yeah.
So they're excited that I get to do what I love to do each and every week, and they make me and the rest of my team feel right at home when we come here. This is kind of, I really enjoy taking the week before off so I can get here and kind of settle in and relax and just kind of slow down for a little bit and enjoy my time with all of the Dynamic Discs staff.
Yeah, and it can be a little hectic, even starting as early as Saturday all the way through Sunday. Is that something that you get caught up in? I know, like, a lot of the AMs and a lot of the people from out of town, they're playing 2 flex starts a day. They're going to, like, free beer nights, free bowling nights. Do you get caught up in that whole routine, or do you just focus on your game?
I just focus on basketball, man. I mean, that is my routine. My routine is when the sun's up, I'm out here practicing. I'm finding, I might go to one of the 20 courses that's within the city limits and putt for a while. And so, yeah, I mean, that's my routine is I try to, get the blood pumping when the sun's up. And then when the sun's down, I find myself on a couch with a bunch of water, and I'm just hydrating and watching basketball.
Some fresh guacamole, maybe?
Yes, exactly. I think I've made 2 batches of guac so far since I've been in Emporia, and they've both been exquisite.
Okay, that's good. No, the guac you made at the Crush on the Con show that I was at was exquisite as well.
Right. It's good when you can make your guac, throw away the pits because you don't need the guac to last overnight. Everybody's going to eat it right away. And I don't know, I mean, I don't mean to brag, but
I'm going to brag.
I'm going to throw away the pits every time.
Oh, man. Okay, so we're here. We're at GBO,
Yes.
getting back on track.
Right.
There is disc golf to be played.
Basketball, guac.
Yes,
And
yes.
then-
Man of
then
many
let's
talents
play
and
some-
interests.
let's
And
play some disc golf.
throw some frizz. In years past, I believe the first GBO I was here, round 3 got canceled.
Yes.
And
2017. Yeah.
Last year, there wasn't quite as hectic of weather.
No, it was nice.
It was very nice. That's the thing, though. It could be any weather out here.
True.
The projections say nice, but
Yes.
are you feeling like we might have some wind? And if so, is that going to affect your game plan at all?
Not really.
Okay.
The nice thing about getting here early is I practiced on Saturday and Sunday. I played one round each day, and I took my time. I threw a bunch of shots, a bunch of drives, a lot of putts, and what I was really trying to do was I would throw my drives, and as I'm walking down the fairway, reflecting on how the disc flew, I would also try to notice the wind and realize which direction it's coming from, how strong it was, where the OBs kind of came into play. So, and really Saturday and Sunday it was brutal. It was brutal. It was like 20-25 mile an hour winds, and I think both days it was coming from the south,
sure,
which is a kind of opposite of what it's doing today. So, and yesterday. So, getting out here today, not as much wind, but I was able to practice a few different shots, a few different angles, and really just get a better feel for the course. Because, like you said, last year it was nice. The sun was out. The wind was up a little bit, but really the biggest thing that happened last year was that 2 days it was going one way, and one day it was going an opposite direction.
Yes.
And it was doing all sorts of stuff the week before practicing. So, for me, I feel like practicing on Saturday and Sunday in those crazy wind conditions was kind of like, what are those, the sprinters that will run with the parachute on their back.
Yeah.
They'll
Wind resistance.
right. Yeah. So it's like, a lot of resistance training out on the disc golf course, which is, I feel like I am in a good position.
Sure. I think this course, obviously it's long, right? And there's OB everywhere. I think that it does have a vague similarity to Ledgestone course, where you had an incredible finish last year. Is that something that you've drawn on, and how do you feel like your game sets up for this course?
Yeah, that's a really good point. And further to that point, this course also reminds me a lot of one of my home courses, Goat Hill, out in Oceanside, California. And this style of course, the long course, open, a lot of OB lines and a lot of par fours and par fives, that's what I feast on.
Yeah.
That's what I feel the most confident playing on.
Sure.
Is a lot of these long holes where we have to really think about the second and third shots on each hole, and more importantly the second half of our flight of our drives.
Yes.
And so that's just one of the many things I love about this game, is that every hole is so unique, and especially out here and the way the wind changes, it makes, it's just a more complex word problem that we have to solve.
Sure.
In a sense.
Yeah.
So yeah, I feel really good. I mean, I love coming up with a game plan that's very detailed, and I love drawing back on that when I'm out there during the tournament rounds.
Yeah,
so it's great.
You mentioned Goat Hill, your home course, or at least is that your proper home course?
It's one of them. I kind of have 3 home courses in my area.
Brangle, Kit, and Goat Hill.
Exactly.
Yeah,
yes.
we're both from San Diego. We understand.
Yeah.
Challenge at Goat Hill next weekend, though.
Yeah, correct.
Is, I have to imagine, a fairly important tournament to you.
Yes.
Is that something that have you done a lot of work, or I know your father's really involved with the tournament.
He's the tournament director. Yeah.
There you go. So could you give us some insight into how that's coming together? I know it's a Pro Tour test event. What's going down?
Yeah, it's the first year that the challenge will be an A tier.
Okay.
And I told my dad when he had those ambitions last year to bump it up from a B tier to an A tier, I told him, dude, it's got to be a lot of work. I do not want to be associated with a subpar A tier. And I told him it's going to be a lot of work, and he has exceeded my expectations. Every day he's always working on something to give the people just the greatest show.
That's great.
And really that's what that venue deserves.
Yeah.
It's an amazing, it's such a beautiful venue. You can see the ocean from the course on multiple locations, and I'm just so excited for the future of that venue and that event. And I'm really excited to see just how everything goes next week, because my dad's been working super hard every single day. I mean, he's been texting me updates the past couple months. It's like, oh, we got the fundraiser discs in, and we got, Central Coast is going to be there. They're going to be locked down. Oh, and we're, next day coverage and UDisc stats. And oh yeah, one day he texted me just 5 separate text messages. U, S, D, G, C. So we got 5 qualifying spots next week.
Cool.
It's going to be amazing. And new disc golf park tee pads.
Oh wow.
New wraps on the baskets. We're going to have a players party with live music. We're going to have vendors and food trucks, and
Doing it right.
It's going to be sick.
Yeah, and
It's going to be sick.
And the field is going to be sick.
The field's huge.
There's Utah Open,
Yes.
there's 303, and there's the
Correct.
Challenge at Goat Hill, kind of all drawing players
Right.
Independently.
Right.
Am I crazy for thinking Goat Hill definitely has the best field? Or Utah Open, I know, is they got Worlds 2020,
Right.
but it's at least the best field Goat Hill has ever seen.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. There's it's going to be very competitive, and there are a lot of 1,000 rated players. I think there's more than 60 people signed up for the MPO division, and I believe close to 20,000 rated players, which is exact what I was telling my dad was, to have like a super competitive field like that, you want the cash line to be the 1,000 rated pro line, and I believe, I'm pretty sure he's pretty close
Right
to that.
there to it,
Right.
yeah.
So that way, the spectators that come out for the final 2 days, they're going to be able to plant themselves in one spot and just watch quality golf come through, and just good players, good shots, excitement. It's shaping up to be really awesome. And I mean, no disrespect to those other 2 events, but I feel like the Challenge at Goat Hill has a lot going for it, with the UDisc live scoring, next day Central Coast footage, 5 USDGC spots, and you get to see the ocean. But really, more importantly for me, as a touring player who drives around all the time and is driving from event to event, honestly, the next weekend, the San Francisco Open, is a bigger event. It's more important. It's on the Disc Golf Pro Tour. It carries a lot more weight in a lot of different categories. And so the final nail in the coffin for the challenge, or however you want to put that, we are the closest
Absolutely.
to San Francisco.
Yes.
So to get to that bigger event, it's
8-hour
gonna,
drive right up
it's
the coast.
right compared to like 12 or 20-hour drives.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Yeah. Got to be there. That's what you're saying. No, I honestly, because I'm so involved with the San Francisco Open, that's the only reason that I'm not going to be there, because my parents
Right.
live like 25 minutes from the course.
Right.
It's so easy, but I just can't do it. So I'm super excited to see all that coverage coming out and what you guys are going to be doing, from the event side of things. Speaking of excitement, though, I saw you practicing your putts.
Yes.
But more importantly, I saw you practicing those rundowns.
Yeah, for sure.
Anything new that we should expect? Like, I feel like it's like the NFL, where we're gonna have like a top 10 like group celebration, AJ rundown of the event. You working on anything new?
Well, I haven't worked on any group celebrations yet, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I think those will be kind of like a spur of the moment kind of thing, if when they happen. But I practice those rundowns because I'm practicing the full breadth of the whole situation, from the moment pretty much the moment I set the mini down to the moment I pick the disc out of the basket. I'm trying to replicate that moment as many times as possible, so I know what it feels like physically and mentally.
Yeah, I think there's something to that too. I remember listening to this. I think it was a documentary about some college basketball team, but they practiced cutting down the net after they won the championship every single day, just to like feel like that is what's supposed to happen.
Yeah.
Is that kind of the similar mindset that you take?
Yeah, that's a very similar, except for them. For us, that would be almost like if I practiced my acceptance speech on the podium in front of the crowd after every practice round. Which, who knows? Maybe I should start doing that. I don't know. But yeah, I mean that's the whole point of practicing the rundowns and the rundown game and all that is to just give yourself a positive reward for those situations, and give yourself something to work towards, and give yourself something to fuel that fire, so you just want it even more. Because I tell you what, there's very few things that I want more than what you saw Texas State's rounds 2 and 3 on Jomez Pro. Absolutely. Or any slow-mo cameras and any crowd that's out there. So
yeah, no, and you're a people pleaser, and I think that's one of the things that the fans really latch on to is they feel the genuine excitement, right, and the love of the sport. Is there anything you want to say to your fans out there, like maybe Jake and his son, who I believe his name is Donnie, from Early Birdies out there, who are really pulling for you? Anything you want to say to them?
First of all, thank you everyone who purchased a hybrid Warden, Waffle Warden. I appreciate it a lot, and I know what it was like when I was starting, when I was a lot younger, 13, 14, 15, and I was watching disc golf any way I could, and reading the magazines or looking at the pictures in the magazines and skimming over all the whatever. But all of that, I was just so excited about everything that was happening, and same for baseball and football and now basketball. I know what it's like from the fans' point of view to have someone to root for, and you don't even have to try to root for them. They just make you root for them. And to be in that position on the other side of it, it kind of gives me goosebumps a little bit. And so I will continue to work hard for you. So don't worry about it.
Well, hey, I really appreciate your time, AJ. Seriously, I know we got rain incoming now. I'm seeing some umbrellas pop up, but for now, I'm going to leave you with this. Thank you again.
Yeah.
And for all of you at home who'd like coverage of all things disc golf, go ahead and check out my YouTube channel.
Yes, sir.
Hey guys, just wanted to issue a huge thank you to all of you that watched the interview, as well as the PDGA. Because of the relationship we have and the work I'm doing at all the NTs and majors, it's allowed me to focus full time on creating this YouTube channel and bringing all of you the most awesome content at all. Again, thanks to you, thanks to the PDGA, and if you have it in you, check out my Patreon at patreon.com/JohnnyDiscGolf.